What's good, everybody? This is Blair Johnson coming at you from the Badass Records podcast studio. It took me, almost 60 episodes into this thing, a year and change, to make an intro or a promo, whatever you call this thing. But here I am. Badass Records podcast is where we hang one-on-one, talk about your story and some of your favorite records along your life's journey. And I've made it work to this point, but to be frank, I need guests. So if you live in the Kansas City area, or you know somebody in the Kansas City area that would be a good guest, or if you're going to be in the Kansas City area and you want to stop by, hit me up, badassrecordspodcast@gmail.com. It's badassrecordspodcast@gmail.com. You can find the podcast on Instagram and Twitter and kind of sort of TikTok. Badassrecordspodcast.com gives you everything you're looking for, the story about the show, some merch, etc. Nevertheless, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the show. Yep, episode 58, Badass Records podcast, and hanging out with K. Joe.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Not bad. A little tired.
A little tired. So, okay, so what is the sibling rundown for you? And in order.
In order.
Including you.
Sure. So I'm first.
Okay.
The baby. The first one. Not really the baby. So I'm first. Then my parents waited 7.5 years to have my sister.
Okay.
Then they waited 21 years and had another one.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so there's 3 of us.
Wow.
Mm.
So that's a normal split between 1 and 2, but a huge split between 2 and 3.
Yeah. Very.
Wow, okay.
My sister seemed to follow suit with her sets, so she has 2 and 2.
Right. And so are you guys all born and raised here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And mom and dad met how?
They met at a dance or some shit. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
How long ago?
Oh God. Well, I was born in 75, so
Okay.
a long
Right.
time ago.
And are they still around, still together?
Yeah, they're not together.
Not together.
They're still around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I take care of my father, and then my sister takes care of my mother. And they all live over there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of meaning.
Just whatever they need or
Sure,
whatever. Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm. My father's a stroke victim. So,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay.
But he's able to get around and whatnot.
Nice.
Just
Now,
not drive.
right,
All that
okay.
stuff.
So is he living by himself?
No. I stay there, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword because he can't drive and I can't drive because I have seizures.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
They suck.
I mean, your whole life?
No, they just started happening probably about 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. It was just really weird. I have really bad, which was what I got diagnosed with, I guess, was sleep apnea. But for the longest time, they couldn't figure out what was causing my seizures. So they blamed it on drugs.
Uh-huh.
The doctor came in and was like, "You did cocaine." I was like, "You're damn right I did cocaine." Probably about 4 days ago. Like, it doesn't stay in your system that long, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not what would cause me to have a seizure, I would think.
Right.
But what do I know?
Right.
And I would have thought I would have had it a lot sooner than 4 days later.
Right.
But what was happening? And they like, I mean, I guess I've never seen myself have a seizure because you know.
Of course.
But anyway, they're very scary for other people to watch them. So I was like the Exorcist apparently in the bed that I was in. It was like just like trying to find a breath of air or whatever, and was just going crazy. And so then they put me in the hospital, and then it took time for them to figure out. I went to North Kansas City for a while, and then I just got like fed up because I was on like 12 to 14 pills a day.
Oh my God.
While they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on inside of my brain.
Right.
You know, and so that was kind of weird. But right now I have supposedly sleep apnea.
Okay.
And I, knock on wood, don't have them that often, but I've only had one outside of like, or being awake, and the kids saw it, and that was bad.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that was a really bad one.
All the rest have happened like asleep or in bed.
Yeah,
Or...
always in my sleep.
I wonder why the one.
That's what I said, because it's so weird. And they're like, "Have you been taking your?" I was like, "Yeah, I always take my medicine. Like, it's a timed thing. I have every day 9 p.m. I take all of my medicine, but 4 pills are for my seizures. Well, 3 of them were, and then when I had that big one, they jumped it up to 4. So now I take 4 at 9. But yeah, I know. So it's like, yeah, I take my medicine like daily.
Right.
And that one was just a doozy. Apparently, I was outside on the just on the porch, on the ledge, whatever, just smoking a cigarette. And the kids were playing, and they thought I was playing around.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so then, I don't know, like, how long. It didn't happen long that they thought I was playing around, but just don't know, like, how long this all happened. And so they got everybody. Then the police, and they said they came quick, and it was just like an ordeal. But then when I came to, I just come to, and I remember my mom, my sister, police, fire guy, he's like holding, he's like, "There you are, there you go, buddy."
Boy.
And I was like, "What the entire fuck? Like, who are you?"
No kidding.
I'm like, "Who are you?" And he was just like, "Oh yeah, there you are, there." You know, and they're just like, everyone's having a conversation about me without me, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?" But they're so exhausting.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So exhausting. I'm just like, I'm literally there on the concrete, some of the gravel, like whatever, the dust, and I'm just like, I'm so tired. Like, I'm gonna just go back to sleep. You know what I mean?
Right there.
And they're like, "You have to go to the house." I was like, "Okay, like, we're gonna go." Like, I just, I needed to be in Missouri and not in Kansas, because I have Missouri. You know what I mean? So we took myself to Missouri.
I see. Meaning that's where coverage is?
Yeah.
Like if you go someplace in Kansas, you won't.
Well, I would assume. I don't know. I don't have insurance. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
just have through the Truman Medical Center.
Okay, I gotcha.
So I was just like, what the hell?
So what age were you when mom and dad split?
Oh, they did that late.
Okay.
And they're like, they still talk and all that.
Sure,
They're just like weird.
So did they put on music in the home when you were growing up?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, so both of them, or was one playing it?
Oh yeah, no. Dad was always Mexican music.
Okay.
And mom was always American and Mexican.
Okay.
It was fun.
What were some of Dad's favorites? Do you remember anything?
The Broncos, Los Broncos.
Okay.
Who else? Gosh.
Or Mom's? What are
Oh yeah, mom just she liked everything. She liked it all. But I'm still trying to think of those were all like the Carpenters. That's all the music that she listened to. It's hard to remember. So I think the Carpenters, Steely Dan, or what's her name, and then God damn it, now oh my God, Stevie Nicks.
Okay, there you go.
I was like, what is her fucking name?
But
yeah, just all kinds of
music. Is this records, tapes, 8-tracks?
Yeah, no, a lot of both, because my mom listened to records at home, and they had 8-tracks, I think, in the car.
Okay.
Because, I remember them warming up the car and shit like that.
Yeah.
8-track, yeah. Roll down windows, always cold, dad smoking out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
And then did you eventually begin a collection of your own? Was there a first CD or tape you bought for yourself?
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you when, but I even started working at a music store. But music was fun for me because I was trying to figure out who I was, and then, what I liked or whatever.
Right.
And you always had to be, we grew up in a Hispanic community, so they wanted you to speak Spanish, and I was just like, I understood it more than I spoke it.
Right.
I speak it, but I definitely understand it way better than what I speak.
Okay.
So that's kind of funny, and then picking the music and stuff like that. But it was just always hard because in our community, certain music that you listen to, oh, that or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
what part of town was this in?
oh, this was in the West Side.
Okay.
And so I just
KCK?
No, Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Right where exactly 2 blocks away from where Boulevard Brewery is. So
Gotcha.
way before Boulevard Brewery expanded and blew up and got all that land, I was just 2 blocks away from
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forget. West Side is often referred to as like the Southwest Boulevard area-ish. So was there a first purchase or a first album that you fell in love with?
I want to say, gosh. Well, because we had cassette singles growing up as kids.
Right.
And I can't tell you who it was. I don't even know if it was like Janet or Madonna.
Well, you gave me a couple of records. But before we get to those, you said you were trying to figure out who you were. When you gave me your 2 records, in parentheses you said, because I was trying to hide being gay.
Oh yeah.
So, what age is that stuff happening for you?
I mean, very young, because that was just weird because I had church, so that was the thing, and then I was also like an altar boy.
Oh sure.
Oh gosh, and then just going to masses, and then just hearing it about it, and then just a lot of different things. I don't know. It's just piecing it together, but I wasn't dumb in it by any means. But
what age do you think you
maybe
first?
Like 10.
Okay, all right.
11.
And then
that was just like the hard part. But I didn't come out until I was 21.
Okay.
I'd done a bajillion different things.
Right.
With a bajillion different neighbor boys. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Just a couple of them. But that show remained nameless.
Right. So 21, nobody knows?
A whole bunch of people knew, but I just, when I was comfortable, and I was like, I told my mother, because I mean, people see you out, you know what I mean, and maybe she had heard or whatever.
Right.
My father had his own opinion, I'm sure, because he told me, I remember I told you, if you ever become gay, I'll kill you. And I was like, oh my God, that's so weird. Like, who would tell their child that? Anyway, so that was a thing, and then, but they were just all like drunk, hanging out, just stupid, like just that machismo, back in the 80s.
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
Not that that's suitable, but, or an excuse, but that's what it was. So
you told mom first.
Yeah, I told her.
And how did she take it?
She was just like, well, you know that we're going to have to tell your dad. And I was like, well.
She wasn't surprised.
No, she was.
Oh,
she
was.
cried and was like, no. And I was just like, and then grandkids, I was like, ooh, like, that's weird. No, you're never going to get that. But, yeah, and I mean, I don't really, remember exactly. I kind of do. I remember because I remember telling her over the phone, and I was at home, and I was like, I'm ready to go. I got my shit ready to go if you guys don't want me here, this, that, and the other, but I'm big old homosexual. So, and she's like, well, we're not, I think she said
over
we're
the
not.
phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, so, I lived with my grandmother, and she and my father took care of the elderly man that lived in the house literally behind us, Mr. Cross.
Okay.
He was a really nice old man. And, him and Lily, they were sweetest little couple. And she died, and he didn't have anybody. His family was very rude until he died, and then they came to kick my parents out of the house.
Oh,
it was just an ugly thing, but we didn't even want the house. But anyway, he was super duper nice, and he wanted them to move in and stay with them because he literally couldn't walk.
Right. And
he was, in a wheelchair, all those things. So anytime they did anything, it was like a chore or, an affair, if you will, just to get him anywhere. So, but he enjoyed it, their company, and they enjoyed his.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool because they were in the prime of their life, and this was somebody that wasn't even anybody that they knew. Right. You know what I mean? He was just a neighbor.
Doing a solid for a stranger, essentially.
A complete solid.
So how long was there a significant gap between telling mom and telling dad?
Oh no, Dad was told shortly thereafter.
Okay.
And then he was told at the table and stuff.
Did he...
At Mr. Cross's house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did he
and he was just like...
react differently than what he said the first time?
Oh yeah, he cried. I
Okay.
think. I'm pretty sure he cried. And then, I was like, well, whatever. Like, there's nothing to cry about. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Right.
But, I don't know if they were just, like, disappointed or what. I don't know what to say. Like,
Sure.
I don't have kids. But then it was also of a different era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From where they grew up, from when they had their kids, so they were expecting maybe something different.
Right.
I don't know.
And now,
What do I know?
how are things?
Oh yeah, now things are fine. Like he has no choice but to accept it.
Right, right.
But to accept it. So. Yeah.
So how about? So if you're first thinking about it at 10, and then high school, being in activities,
Oh, yeah.
playing. How were kids? Were kids?
Oh,
cool
it was
to you?
the same way. Yeah, it was the same way. Like you had to either act straight or just
Oh,
be whoever. Yeah.
all the way. Okay, so
All the way. Like high school was.
I can't imagine.
And I went over here to Warnell to the 6512 Southwest High School.
Oh,
On Warnell.
really?
I sure did.
Okay.
Sure did.
That's
like 25 blocks.
Oh no, I
I'm
know.
kidding.
My kids go to school 2 blocks from here, and they did a couple of years ago. They did like a remodel or a roof repair or something. So they the whole K through 8 went to Southwest for a semester.
Oh,
It was a semester abroad.
hilarious.
Right. But I mean, the place is abandoned, and like
Yeah.
maybe there's like squatters hanging out in there and stuff. Like it's just the weirdest thing because I think it was a really expensive, nice, state of the art thing when it was built.
It was.
And
it
then
truly was.
Now it just sits there.
It was a science math magnet high school.
Right.
So they built this huge thing to look at the stars.
Yeah, there's a planetarium in there.
Planetarium.
Yeah.
I was like, that science was not my subject.
Right.
But it was
right.
so funny in that that school you had. Oh my god! I can't believe I'm gonna say this. You had to test to get in that school. So I dreamed of being an accountant or something really high in math. I liked math was fun.
Sure.
Really liked it. Science I hated, and I was just like ugh. But this was just something like in the school system for us to go to. I had like a couple of choices anyway. So then test for it, this, that, and the other. Apparently, I tested super low in math.
Okay.
So they gave me, my first was with Miss Gladys, and they gave me a math class, general math, to go with conceptual physics. Do you understand that? That does not make sense at all.
Nope.
If you can't add, you cannot do conceptual
physics are not going to be part of your...
That one blew my mind. I was
Wow.
like, I think I need to be retested again. But the conceptual physics was with Mr. Rana, and he was so easy to just, I'm sick. And I probably showed up maybe, or took one test. I don't know what the grade was that I got, but I definitely graduated in the top 10% of my class when it came time to.
Yeah.
So.
But all of those years of high school,
I wasn't threatened or anything like that.
You're a different person on the inside than what you're projecting to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, that was just weird. Like,
Sure.
I mean, a lot of the flamboyance didn't come out probably till I was 21, aside from all of my close friends and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being comfortable in my own skin and not
Sure.
caring what
Sure.
anyone else cares.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the two that were on your list, the first one's from 1984, Like a Virgin, Madonna. Did you?
I told you, I couldn't remember.
Did you actually own that one, or did you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I have not revisited that since I was a kid.
That's hilarious.
So this is the second record of 14 that she has put out to date.
And
Oh, wow.
It's the one that, launched her into the eventual
because it
stardom.
wasn't like Borderline the first one.
Well, I think
Oh shit! Sorry.
that's okay. I think her first.
Oh, this is hilarious.
What?
My bestie.
Oh yeah. Do you need to take it?
No, but wait. You're gonna die. I'm doing a podcast right now, so I have to let you go. Goodbye. A podcast. I'm famous. Okay.
I think Borderline was on the first Madonna record.
Mm-hmm. That one was probably, I went apeshit over that one. That's
songs
hilarious.
and tracks.
That's hilarious.
So
Material Girl
does have Material Girl, does have Like a Virgin. Angel was kind of popular, and so was Dress You Up. Dress you up with my love.
Oh yeah.
That one. But really, 9 tracks, 38 minutes is the whole record, and it's like, yeah, it's the early '80s, and things are short and sweet and to the point then. But that is for a full album release. That's real.
And a lot of them were hits.
Yeah,
you
a lot of them were. And what's crazy is that Into the Groove.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one? Get into
Yeah.
That was not on the American version. It was only on the European version, and then eventually, of course, it's out here, and I think there was a video for it. But she was something. I mean, the famous MTV live performance, Like a Virgin. Remember this? Where she comes out of the cake, and then it's a whole big long thing, and she's essentially like masturbating on stage.
Shut your face. Probably. I'd have to see it again to remember it, but yeah.
I mean, so you're a 75 baby, I'm a 74 baby, so, we're both around and alert when it comes out, but still pretty young. And then
I always blame everything that I can't remember on my seizures.
Okay.
I have seizures.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Right. Anyway, so beyond that, so if this is 2 of 14, she puts out 12 more after this. Do you continue to follow?
Oh, I've always loved them. Yeah. Maybe not like each album.
Right.
But yeah, no, for sure. She's Madonna.
Right.
Like, hello.
Right.
She just, I think she won my heart back with my favorite, I think it's Borderline is where she's like messing up where she spray paints on the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
And that's probably my most favorite song by her, in her leather coat.
Right, yeah.
And just,
walking around the streets with sass and...
Yes, not taking his crap anymore.
Right. But, I mean, are you on, Instagram, TikTok, any of that stuff?
Oh my God, so I'm the most horrible person with technology when it comes to technology. And my friends have been showing me how to do Instagram, so I am on it. And I have people on it, but I still don't know, like, if I'm doing it right.
Right. But, I mean, do you see any of the content that she puts out?
Oh, I didn't even think about adding Madonna. God, I'm stupid. That's like the whole thing. It's just like, I don't know who I'm doing. I just feel when I watch them, I'll be like, oh, I'll add them on Insta.
Right.
Because they call it Insta.
Yeah.
And then it's so weird, like, I have quite a few followers for not doing this shit.
Oh, for real?
I think. Not like thousands or anything like that, but how do you find out how many followers you have? See? I'm telling you, this is weird.
Go to your profile.
Almost 200. 188 followers.
Okay. And you don't post that often?
I don't ever post. I don't know how to post.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm like, you know what I mean? I honestly, it's just, I have pictures that are in here.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I can't,
Madonna.
Go
ahead.
I can't say, like, super, super recently, but the stuff that I've seen her occasionally put out over the last year and a half, couple of years, she's something else. I mean... Oh,
yeah. She's fierce. She's putting out another tour right now.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's coming out on tour.
But, I mean, fierce, of course. She's always been fierce, but, I mean, I think, like, she's a little odd.
Oh, the bitch is psycho.
Okay,
Duh.
well,
yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
maybe not quite everybody.
yeah, and over the years, she's gotten even more so. I'm sure.
That's kind of what I was.
Yeah,
you know,
the only sane one I think is Cher.
But
she's dating like a 20-some-odd-year-old right now, and that bitch is 70.
I mean, that's
yeah,
that's quite a gap.
Quite.
So you've always followed her stuff, maybe not necessarily having all the albums, but you kept tabs.
Yeah, for sure. Because I was telling you too. Then later, as I grew up and was in high school, and later just a little bit, but more so through high school, I had a job. Do you remember Blockbuster Music?
Of course.
Yeah. So where did you grow up?
I mean, kind of all over the place, but
it was right off of Rainbow and KU.
Yeah.
And still, like, they still have, like, it's, what is it? The Country Club Bank, that Blockbuster building, it's vacant and has been vacant.
Sure.
And then it's Wendy's.
Okay.
So it's just right there, but it's just, that was it. And I worked there for a long time. I got my bestie, her job there. She was the manager.
Okay.
So that was cool.
I saw a TikTok last night where a gal is in the parking lot of Popeyes, and she's filming the building. She's about to do like a food review, and she says, "So we've never eaten at Pope Yes before," and then somebody stitched the where you let somebody's play, and then it's you and you do. So somebody stitched and was like, "Never eaten at Pope Yes before. I can't wait till you try We Indus and Wendy's." Silly. But anyway, I can totally picture it. That you worked there and got your bestie a job there at Blockbuster Music.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Either she had gotten the job, and then, or she had transferred. But I can't remember what. I think she transferred from here to LA though. But anyway, but no, she was. And it was so crazy the way we became besties because she had moved from California, and right across the street from our house, and came in the snow weather, and didn't really
winter.
Yeah, well, because that's how she called it.
Right.
I'm sorry,
That's hilarious. I love it.
In the snow weather. She's like, I get here and it's snow weather. And I was like, winter? She's like, yeah, bitch, we don't have that in California.
Right,
and I was like, fair. So then, snow weather, and she came out to get the paper for her grandmother. Well, her grandmother has porch and steps that come out, and the bitch went, and she slid down the hall, and I'm outside smoking a cigarette. I died. I just died.
Yeah.
And I lose my shit, and she's like, fuck you. And I was like, well, okay, so we're gonna be off. We're gonna be friends,
right?
I just
didn't even know her.
We hadn't even met yet.
Okay, that's
so
hilarious.
then I was just like, I felt bad, and I don't know. A couple days later, whatever. Her and my grandmother were good friends, or her grandmother and my grandmother were good friends. So then, something happened, and we ended up hanging out or talking. And she's just, I was like, sorry about that, but she was all bruised. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Like on the back of her legs.
Sure.
I felt so bad. Like black and blue bruise. It was so bad.
So what was your position, your title at Blockbuster? Would you just...
Oh, just a clerk. Because I had school, she didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you just bringing people up when they're ready to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they had like the little... do you remember like the sound booth? You could come in and listen to a CD and stuff like that.
I was a tape holdout, so I would see people doing that.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
I would sure like to, but I never
Oh,
did.
yeah. So you could come in, and I think if it was open or if it was like a big deal and they wanted you to hear it, because they had like 10 spots maybe.
Yeah.
And then you come in and listen to the CD, and if you liked it, it was just, something to
new
sell.
and different. And
yeah, get that sell out the door.
Absolutely. So how long did you work there?
Oh, who knows, to be honest. Maybe 3 or 4 years.
Okay. Did you...
But then I got into cooking and all that. I started my culinary, went to culinary school. I went to Rockhurst for a year. Then I went to culinary school.
Where?
At Johnson County
Okay.
College.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, but while you're working there, did you find yourself listening to more music outside of work, or are you buying more records?
Oh yeah, I mean I've always listened to music and shit like that, especially like when I went to college, because like my taste of music was completely different, and I went to college, and I'm gonna tell you what song, because I went ape shit over it, and I had to buy it, and then just listen to it thousands times. But it was Blondie.
Oh,
The what was the
her big
yeah,
Heart of Glass.
I think so.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to Google it right now because I just like went blank. Anyway, but that song, we were at a huge party at Rockhurst, and they were like, I think it was like
This is Rockhurst University or
Mhm.
college over on
Yeah.
Troost. Okay.
and I think this was like a fraternity party or something like that for Alpha Psi Omega. Anyway, but yeah, so we're all there, and then that song just, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, I like
Right.
this is cute. I really like
That's
this.
right.
And so I had to go get it, and it was just adorable. But is that what it is? I'm like so confused.
The big Blondie
Yeah.
hit, I believe, is Heart of
Once
Glass.
upon a time.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Mhm. Okay, good, perfect.
So Southwest, how much time in between finishing at Southwest and starting at Rockhurst?
Oh, I graduated in 1993 at Southwest.
Okay.
So then that following year, you know, like that semester or whatever, once you graduate, so May to what? September,
Yeah,
August?
yeah. So you went straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to Rockhurst, did Rockhurst for a year.
Okay.
That was just weird.
Why?
Metaphysics,
More of the
more,
science?
yeah, more of that, and then sociology.
Okay.
It was just weird shit that you had to take because
Oh.
of their school was a school of theology,
Uh-huh.
you know, and I was a brown person that they wanted to get in for cultural. So I basically went for free. If I
Okay.
wanted to, you know, like
Sure.
figure out what I wanted, but I didn't know what I wanted to do, and that was just, it just wasn't for me. I wanted to do accounting, which I could have done accounting had I done a lot of this other stuff as well.
Right.
But I was just like, this really isn't for me. But I didn't want to drop out of school, so I really liked cooking and whatnot, and I did that. I went
So
to
after,
Johnson County.
okay. And was
Mhm.
is that a hard program to get into, or?
It's not. It was different. I mean, from what I remember, that was back then when it was. I think we were like starting it because it's grown up so much since now.
Yeah,
I'm sure it has.
yeah.
I mean, I haven't been back, but yeah, no, that thing, because there were only maybe 6, 7 teachers. And
Wow.
they were working hard,
I'm sure.
I think, in my opinion.
So how long did you do
But-
that?
I mean, I did it until I graduated, but it was
Okay.
a little bit of a chore because I was also paying for it myself, this, that, and the other. You know, it wasn't like Rockhurst. I did get some financial funding and whatnot, but, you know, paying for that, then you had to do the, I was doing, not like internship, but staging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
like an intern, so sometimes you wouldn't get paid. It's like, motherfucker.
So,
but
did you
learning
do-
stuff and all that.
Did you do more than one of those? Apprentice or internship or stuff?
Oh yeah. But I worked. Then I figured it out. Like I did it at Trinity Lutheran Hospital. That's where I learned how to cook in bulk, and that was just kind of weird and kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I did, banquets for the doctors and stuff like that, and so I was like, okay, this is fun, this is cool. Like it shows you how to get, time, efficiency, this, that, and the other, and make sure that everything's done batched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the same way, that way one person is having the exact same bite throughout the whole dinner.
Right.
So that was cool to learn. But I was like, then I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I think from there, I went to. When is that? Maybe I went to Harrah's after.
Casino.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trying to think of the order that it was, because the hospital was closing or something. But I also went to a country club. The country club is where I graduated from. That's where I had the most fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because?
They had no limit. You can get whatever you wanted. So we would have fun.
Okay. And are you still back in the house?
No.
Oh,
God, no.
Think so.
God, no. I it was so much fun and all that. Like, love it. I still cook and I like to bake and all that good stuff.
Sure.
But there's more money to be made unless you're doing something like, or so many different things because, yes, you can be a chef of a restaurant, make a lot of money, but you're also there a lot of the day and the week and the month.
Also,
you know what I mean?
a lot of money is relative. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, like, that was just like the whole thing was like, I don't have any time to spend any of this money.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, and so I was like, this is just. So I went for another house and I was like, okay, this is fun.
Right.
I could do this.
Right.
I could totally do this.
Absolutely. Yeah. A little more.
Yeah.
Moving around, a little more interacting with more people.
Yeah. I did it at Hereford House. That was a fun time. Then I did some upscale at Reverse on the Plaza.
Okay. Oh wow, that's a minute ago.
Yeah, it was.
What role did you have at Reverse?
I was a server.
Okay.
I worked for my buddy Ralph Cervantes. He was the GM there, and I was a server there.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, dude, hook me up! Like, I want to wait table." I was like, But so he gave me the job, and at first it just started off as a server, and I was like, I want to be a cocktail server.
Oh.
Like, that's where the shit's happening.
Right.
Like, and there was this other girl who we became friends, my bestie, Amber. She was so much, I love that bitch.
Okay.
But, yeah, so she always, that little fucker. And, but, she ran it in there basically because she was quick.
Okay.
You know, she had her little high tops, her tables, this, that, and the other. You can't keep up, I'll get it. I'm like, bitch, I got it back off.
Right.
Like,
did you ever work with a gal named Amanda?
When? At Reverse?
Yeah.
Oh,
No. Okay.
No. It was me, Amber, Bobby was the bartender. Then you had, oh my God, go ahead.
Oh,
I'll think of their names.
So Hereford House, Reverse. Where else have you been?
Oh God, I don't even know. Hereford House, Reverse. What to think about?
Right.
I don't have my. I didn't come prepared with my resume.
No, you're good. You're good. So, 1984, Madonna, Like a Virgin. 12 years. Fast forwarding. All Eyes on Me. Tupac.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
well, see, I was also listening to all those, yeah. I was listening to all that as well because that's what, like, we grew up as kids, like, around the other little kids, learning their music and this, that, and the other.
Okay.
And so, I mean, rap, R&B, soul, like, Hot 103 jams was what I always listened to, coming to and from school.
So,
you know what I mean? Like a headphone cassette, you know?
You're 9 or 10 when Like a Virgin comes out. Are you, so you would have been, gosh, closer to 20, I guess, 19 or 20 when this album came out. Had you been listening to hip-hop and rap for a while?
Oh, yeah. Way before.
Before Tupac was even on your radar?
So, so that 9 was probably on the radio, riding with mom and dad, whatever. Then high school, I get to have my own cassette, listen to whatever I want, picking my own music, this, that, and the other.
Right.
So, and then being around other kids, I go to a predominantly black school.
Sure.
My best friend's black. I loved the music, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
It was just cool. So, but yeah, no, I've always listened to it.
This
was probably my favorite. Ugh.
What's that? I mean, this is a huge one because it's a double album. It's got a ton of rappers that feature on it with him, and it's just full of a lot of really, really good songs. Didn't realize until the first time I sat down and talked to Tupac with somebody that he only put out 4 records.
Yeah. I don't know how many, but it was a very short
up until
career.
he died.
Yeah.
Many more have come
Many
out
more,
since.
yeah.
But I mean, it was Me Against the World, All Eyez on Me, and then two others. Their names are escaping me right now, but it's.
I thought he did one with Biggie. I'm bad with music again, like I told you, even though I worked in it forever. But he was one of my favorites, and he was also a sexy motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you still listen to music at home these days, today? I mean,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Put stuff on?
My favorite right now, of course, is Miley. So, duh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
everybody at work hates me. My family hates me because it's always on repeat.
Well, she just put out something new.
It's coming out. Her Flowers is the one that she put out, the single that she put out.
Which broke some kind of streaming record,
yeah,
did it not?
I think this is the 3rd or 4th week that she's been number 1.
Oh, wow. That's
consecutive,
wild.
Yeah. So
you got Miley on repeat and you're pissing everybody off?
Yeah. Meghan Trainor's kind of, and only because I like, so it's Miley, Sam Smith, and then the Meghan trailer with, who is Sam Smith with, too? God damn it. See how bad I am?
It's all good.
It's the seizures.
So, what about, besides music in your downtime? Are you into shows, movies, podcasts?
Oh, yeah, I like movies. I mean, a lot of things have changed, too, because, I used to work at the theater, too. Alamo
really?
Draft House, yeah.
Which one?
Alamo Draft House.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So in that one, I worked there.
How was that?
That was dope.
Okay.
It was cool. It was cool. It had its moments, of course. It definitely had its bonuses because you'd get, I think, what was it, like half off of food and stuff when you went into the movie. You got free movies for you and a pal. Endless. So that was dope. And then, I guess it was half off your whole bill. And then the free movie. So that was cool as fuck. I worked in the big part of it where I was the big bar and they had salsa nights.
Oh.
On Fridays or Saturdays.
Is this place still around?
No, it's now Johnny's or Jimmy's Jazz.
What crossroads? Is it downtown KC?
Yeah, it's on Main and 16 or something, 17.
How long did it last? Like 5-6 years? Or was it around longer than that?
Oh, Alamo Draft House? Yeah, it was there. I had started later than it had opened, and then I started after.
Okay.
So I don't know how much longer, but then I quit way before they screwed all of the employees.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Something about, they were just able to, close it and not pay them.
Oh.
I don't know.
Lovely.
Yeah, pretty much. So I heard from somebody else, but again, it wasn't for me, so I didn't really pay attention.
So, movies and shows.
Movie shows. I definitely like to gamble.
Okay. Tell me, in person, online.
Any which way, in person, online, on the phone.
Tell me how it works.
Oh yeah. We have me and my buddy. We play Yahtzee over the phone because he's in Boston right now.
Okay.
He's in med school.
And there's money on the line for that.
Ish. Essentially.
Okay.
We're trying to figure that out.
Nice.
Because it's gotten crazy. So I think I'm indebted $3,000. I know, I have a problem.
But it's a good friend.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But before it got this high, he was up, and then he got down, and now mine's up.
So you could swing it back the other way.
We're just trying to see,
because
he's in school. So
okay, so Yahtzee on the phone with your med school buddy in Boston.
Yes, with him.
What else?
And then definitely, we'll get a poker game online
through an app, or
there's an app.
So you got that
Poker
piece of technology figured out.
Well, sometimes,
right.
Sometimes there's certain things. But it's just the keep up of it because I thought Facebook and Insta were the same and they're not. And you touch the thing and it just shows. I don't know. It's just weird.
Right.
So
you can link them. You can link your Facebook and your Instagram. They're owned by the same company, But you can also keep them separate if you want. But anyway,
Sure.
so online poker also just with friends, or are there strangers?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I guess a stranger. No more strangers.
Okay.
Just with friends.
And then what about casinos? Do you go?
I haven't been to the casino in a long time.
Okay.
But I used to go to the casinos a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, when I would drive.
What about? Do you ever have a live in person?
Oh, sometimes, not all the time, but we'll play after work or whatever.
Okay.
Like
Just casual.
Philo or some shit with some dice, 3 dice, and you throw it. What the boys like to play, whatever the boys like.
Right. Okay. So movies, gambling, any other favorite things?
I love to travel.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Where have you been?
Well, let's see. Boston, California, I have to look at a map. Chicago.
Have you been anywhere outside of the States?
Texas, Mexico,
Okay.
Costa Rica.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I love Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been to. I went to Ireland for a minute, and then
I want to go there.
Mexico and
Might go there.
and Costa Rica are the only.
My buddy called, like, I try not to bother him because he's in mid school at Harvard, and so I just try to let him do his thing. And he called me, and he's like, "Do you want to go to Ireland?" Duh. All right, bye. And I was like, oh. But we're already going to Mexico and Curacao or Caraco,
Okay,
however
yeah.
you choose to pronounce it. Yeah.
How many times have you been to Mexico?
Too many, I think.
All different parts, or some of the same?
Yeah, no, different parts. Because my father took me once when I was young, and we went to, I believe we went to Guadalajara,
Okay.
DF,
Nice.
and where he grew up, which was Panasiquaro.
Okay.
And so we went there, and it was fun. It was cool. Like this was like 82, 84-ish,
Okay.
somewhere in there. So it was completely different for sure. Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, the bakery, the little town square thing that we roamed around, and that's when I learned I don't like the water and being in boats because I get like motion sickness type shit.
Sure.
So gross. I mean, even over the flight was awful, but from flying, I just make sure I stay up the whole night before, and then I just sleep
Okay,
on the plane.
smart.
So if I die, I die. But so I'm not really bothered by the thing, but yeah, water I can't do, and I've done, I think, a cruise. That's so fucking gross. Don't do a cruise.
I don't dig the ocean.
It's just disgusting.
I mean,
I couldn't do it.
It's conceptually, it seems like it could be disgusting.
It did, and well, yeah. Oh no, totally is. We had so much fun for like the first 2 or 3 days, and then I think we did like the whole boat, thankfully, and then we just hit some waters, and it was just like, oh my god,
Like nauseating?
oh my god, the worst.
Okay.
I couldn't hear, I couldn't drink anything. It was just, I didn't want anything in my system because I was just throwing it up. It was just awful.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, I'm going to go lay down. And then I would lay down, and I had to put like my foot down
On the
because
floor?
I felt like I
Yeah.
was still fucking going.
No
It was the
thanks.
worst.
That's not...
And then they were laughing at me, and my other friend, she ends up getting in, my roommate. She ends up getting in. I was like, now what, bitch?
Right, exactly.
So our room, thankfully, was a room like this, and it was, we didn't have windows, just solid black. So it was just like the best thing ever. But she came in last and used the bathroom and then got in, and I was like, I know you're turning off that light. I know you're turning off that light. She's like, you do it. I kept saying, like, I know you're turning off that light until she got up and turned it off.
Did Dad grow up in Mexico?
Yeah, he grew up in Mexico, and then they sent him over. Maybe before or right at 21, somewhere around there.
Okay. Meaning his parents? Or
I think so. Yeah.
just...
I think they got tired of him. He was a little asshole.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then what about mom?
They've always lived here. Or did they? I'm thinking my mom lived here. I can't remember. My grandfather's from Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
Then he came up here. Yeah. My mom grew up here.
Travel
Isn't this off? I don't know anything.
travel places that you want to go but haven't gone yet.
Oh, definitely to Europe. And
Okay.
stuff, all over there.
Okay.
All over there.
Like all at once or several trips?
I mean, if you can do it all at once, isn't there like a train or some shit that takes you?
Yeah.
Eurorail?
Yeah. I think if you can
I'd like to hit up quite a bit of it as much as I could.
eliminate flights.
Yeah.
I
Eliminate the flight. Just
Yeah.
eliminate, just spend some time.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah. It'd be
I
a
think it'd be
blast.
fun.
So how much Latino culture was in your upbringing?
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
I mean,
so speaking Spanish at home
oh,
when you're little, you and
yeah.
okay.
No, my dad always spoke to me in Spanish.
Okay.
So as I was raised, I was spoken to, and like they do to all of our nieces and nephews. But it's, I guess, their choice, because you can't make the child speak. But
Right.
we speak English and Spanish to all the kids.
Okay.
So everyone understands and speaks sometimes in rebuttal, but the older kids have a tendency to like they just came out of Mexico. So
Really?
Yes. I
Interesting.
couldn't tell. Yeah, it's so interesting.
So they're not.
And they make fun of me, and I'm like, I can't stand you.
Right.
But they're all Mexican too, but they just like they talk just like they're from Mexico.
Older.
Wait a minute.
In their 20s.
Yeah, one's 20. She's gonna be 21 here in a couple days.
Okay.
And then the other one is 18 or 19.
So you can't necessarily say that once they're out from under the rules of mom and dad that they gravitate towards English and Spanish faith. They're sticking with it.
Oh yeah, they speak both.
Right.
Yeah, fluently.
Okay.
So yeah, and the like one's brown, one's white. Like you wouldn't even think, you look at her, you think she's a white girl,
Right.
and then she speaks Spanish
Sure.
like that.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
So you can understand it, but you don't speak it.
No, I speak
You
it.
do
I
speak
just,
it.
I'm not very. It's not the best.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, no, I can definitely speak
Okay.
it. But when it comes out of my mouth, they're like, "What the fuck?"
Now, what about food? Is there Hispanic food?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, we have beans and rice. Yeah, not every day. But
Right.
Yeah, like no. Yeah, like tostadas, flautas. Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure. Like
it's-
we just had tostadas. Yeah, but
But
I think they had pizza tonight. I
okay,
don't know. Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Now, is there any of the if you make fresh flour tortillas or if you make tamales? I mean, a lot of that shit is super time consuming.
Oh yeah.
Does that happen?
I don't
Right.
do any of that.
Okay.
If I do, like, it's always like a batched thing,
Mhm.
or okay, we're gonna do if we do this, who's all in, and are we gonna do this? Like you
Right.
have to, because otherwise I'm not gonna do it.
It takes too long.
So long,
I mean,
but it is fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy eating. I enjoy what you get out of it, like just getting everything together and
Sure.
stuff like that. I really love to cook, but
is there?
so time consuming.
Yeah, I made tamales once.
Yeah.
And I made a huge batch, so
Mhm.
I had a whole bunch for then, and then I froze like 2 giant Ziploc
Mm-hmm.
freezer bags. And when they were gone, I was like, "Cool, I'm never again."
doing that again.
I mean, I felt like I couldn't get the manteca, the lard,
Mm-hmm.
off of my mixer, my
Oh.
bowls, my hands. It was just
Hilarious, yeah.
Anyway. And then, is there still Hispanic or Mexican music getting played in your home?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
So not just
on the way here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you know who it was?
Oh no, they were playing somebody random that they were listening to. I'm bad with it.
Off of a streaming service or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm bad with all that, but Probably maybe Grupo Firme. I don't
Okay.
know. I could be wrong. Grupo Firme is one of the newer ones that they're like super in love with, and they're super fun though.
They being siblings and nieces?
No, the group.
Oh.
Well, that they love, yes, my nieces, but that, and then there's, they again was that group.
Okay. So your joint is closed 1 day a week, but do you have 2 days off?
I have 3, I believe.
Okay.
It just depends.
Sure.
Yeah.
It changes week to week.
Yeah, I believe some days I'm off Sunday, Monday, and Wednesdays.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what's an ideal, a perfect day off for you?
A perfect day off?
Yeah. What
is being in solitude and no one bothers me. I want to be bothered. A perfect day off.
Right. I can appreciate
but I
that.
mean, and it's kind of weird because I work in the industry where I'm supposed to be like this.
Uh-huh.
I've always told everybody this is the hardest part of the job. Oh my God. Still in it. That's the hardest. Still in it. Told you I'd call you back. Bye.
Damn it, bye.
So, he probably wants to play Yahtzee. So, what was
this is the hardest part?
Oh yeah, that smile is like the hardest part of the job.
Sure.
You know, it's so draining
Right.
as well. And,
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's Lifestyle Joe's. I love it. Sometimes you just don't want to hear about other people's shit.
Right. I mean, how does that ever happen where you have a day of solitude where nobody bothers you?
Oh yeah, I choose it.
Okay.
It's like on my Sunday, like I can go over to my sister's and hang out with her little kids, which I love doing, but I'm like, I'm good. And then, or I just stay at home in my room and don't answer my phone or anything, you know?
Okay.
Like, I'm good. Yeah.
So what if you were given the power to grant one wish for the world that we live in today, what would it be? What would you wish for the world to have that it doesn't have right now? Or maybe it's take away something that it does have. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I guess just to make everybody equal. Like,
Say more.
money, not a thing. Just, you know, everybody
like
can have
system?
it. I don't know, not a barter system.
Okay.
Like, why does everybody have to be of a different
socioeconomic
state?
status?
Yeah, you know, whatever. But
I
don't like that.
So everybody would be equal, not just...
But everybody else has to put their best foot forward. You know what I mean? Like, you have to sift it, of course. But
Right.
just start at some point or someplace.
So
it's so crazy right now.
Since
it's crazy.
The world?
All of it. Everything we're going through. And then the inflation of prices and stuff like that. Like, I mean, just going out to buy stuff is just ridiculous.
It is.
It's completely changed.
Yeah. So what are we going through right now? I mean, what are some of the things?
It's sad. I'm being recorded, but I don't watch the news.
I don't either.
It's just so overwhelming. It's just, I can't, I struggle with on my own stuff.
Yep.
I can, with what everyone else is going
through.
I already feel it.
That I know of, we're still sort of in the aftermath of COVID, pandemic, whatever you want to say.
Still.
Inflation. We I think more and more people every single day are interested in creating content. So everything's being recorded, and sometimes that happens in situations where maybe it would be a better choice for you not to record and to help somebody or intervene, in a situation that doesn't look like a very good human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, politics is weird.
Yeah, those are gross. I just wanted to. The only politics are gross, but Obama.
What about him?
That was just my favorite. I
mean,
just lived for it, the whole thing. I think I lost 2 of my cousins over it.
How so?
because they're just ridiculous, like Trump and this, and I was like, how, why, like this makes no sense,
Right.
like they're Mexican American kids, and it's just so weird, like why are you that way, like, and their values and stuff were just completely way different than mine. And then, they would say things, and I was just like, I'm good.
Right.
But then I would just say just stupid shit just to piss them off.
Oh, boy.
And it just started a thing, so, yeah.
Well,
they deleted me.
I mean, so you mentioned money. If for whatever reason tomorrow you're handed a winning Powerball ticket that's worth, I don't know, $25 million or whatever it is, does your life look different immediately? And if so, how?
Yeah, I'm probably going to take a huge vacation for a moment.
Okay.
Hook my mom up, and then we have to do something for the community or something. I don't know, but like, I don't know. Whatever my nieces want, it's going to go.
Sure.
Can't help everybody.
Right. You can help some.
But we will help somebody.
Sure.
But yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely spread it around.
So
vacation for sure.
Besides places that you want to travel, do you have any bucket list items, things that you really want to do or accomplish or start or learn?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I definitely want to travel, and then I really want my own marijuana place.
Place meaning a facility that grows it, or
whatever.
Okay.
I need to learn how to grow it better than I can bake it.
Okay.
Growing would be fun. I'm really upset with myself because my grandfather, used to have a garden and always try to get us kids out there. And I was like, it's hot.
Right, yeah,
Gross.
yeah.
And then I'm a dumbass and would run through the garden, mind you, no shoes, no feet. And I stepped on a bee. God, idiot. Like at 6 or 7, about lost my shit when that happened.
I'm sure.
Didn't ever want to go back in the
Right.
garden then. I was like, no.
So if you had the choice, would you learn how to do the stuff better, or would you just like hire somebody to operate for you?
Both probably,
Okay.
but because I want to know what what I mean. Like, hello, because it needs certain amounts of. I want to learn from somebody good though. You know what I mean? Because it needs a certain amount of light, certain amount of dark.
Sure.
You have to. The soil needs this, that, and the other.
Well, you have to follow a schedule.
Yeah, that's what
you're
yeah, correct.
trimming or whatever.
Yeah, and so I want to learn from someone who's done it for a hot minute.
Okay.
At least.
Where and at what age did you discover marijuana?
Oh God, 16.
Okay.
It was young.
And has been a
Always.
part of your life ever since?
31 years.
Okay.
31 years.
Now...
I was young with the kids, yeah.
And then other folks in your family, do they partake as well, or no?
No. And not in my, oh God, no, they all hate me. But I have my medical marijuana card so they can go fuck themselves. I was like, look, bitches.
Right.
My mom's like, my mom was like, I just can't believe it. I was like, I learned it from watching you. Do you remember that commercial?
Of course. Yeah. 80s kids, for sure.
My mom used to get her and her friend, who shall remain nameless. I can't believe I'm going to say this. They would get high and drive around, and they'd pass me the joint on accident. Or they would pass the joint and I would grab it because I'd be in the back seat.
Right.
It was the 80s as a kid growing up, you know what I mean? So I was like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Right.
So that was once, but...
So nobody currently in your family?
No, I want my mother to try my edibles, but she won't.
Okay.
I was like, just try it.
So, do you find yourself in situations where, can they tell if you're high or if you're not, or...
Oh, I'm always high, but I don't know.
Do they know that? Do they care? Does it really affect them?
I don't think.
Right.
It doesn't affect me. I want to be higher.
Right.
I like a nice flow. I don't know. But I'm also I like the sativa, indica.
Okay.
God, I'm so dumb. Yeah, indica's my shit. I
I
just
mean,
like to be blasted.
Right.
So,
Now, we've had a couple cold ones at your place of employment, and it seemed like at least that evening that you had like kind of a crew. Like, are you just friends with everybody, or do you have specific besties there? And do you?
No. We all get along, I believe, at work and stuff like that. But no, yeah, it's all close knit.
Yeah.
There's maybe 20 of us at best.
Do you hang out with any of them not there at other places?
Sometimes. There's a couple of, if we work together, this, that, and the other, like a lot of us will go out after work, and hang out for sure. And whatnot. One of the guys there, he has a little club and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Club Sandwich, I'll plug it. That's for Joey.
Club Sandwich.
Mm-hmm. And, it's kind of cool. You should get him, maybe you can get him over here.
Absolutely.
Straight Joey.
Straight Joe?
Gay Joey.
Right?
Straight Joey.
So this is a legit establishment, Club Sandwich?
Yeah, I think it's on my Insta. I don't know, like maybe I should just shut up. I don't know, but
I mean, it's a place where you could go and get a drink or some food or something?
No, not like that. It's a place where you can go and hear music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can dig that for sure.
Yeah, you go and hear music.
Okay.
They usually start like, I should just probably be quiet, maybe 9 p.m.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know where it's at either.
Right. Okay.
I got a big mouth.
But it's a close knit group down there.
Yeah.
And how long have you been there?
They opened in 2016, and they opened February 2nd, and then I think I started there in,
You've been down there for a minute.
April, August, one of the months, yeah. Oh, yeah. I started in their spring, or in their summer months there.
Okay.
I started there.
Okay.
And then COVID happened, so it was like off and on, but I basically have been there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a good crew and a good place to work. And yeah, I need to see if I can find some more folks that want to come do one from there.
Definitely.
Candace has said multiple times to my face, absolutely, but then has never once responded to a text.
That dog. Well, I don't know.
No.
Can't speak for anyone.
Yeah.
I just also remembered some of my other part of my resume. I worked for a good time in the gay community at Hamburger Mary's.
Did you really?
Oh my God, I did.
How was that?
It was the best time of my life when I first started. It was just, I was like, shut up. Like, okay, so I had worked down at Reverse from the Plaza, and I was looking for a different place, and I was like, oh, this could be fun. Like, wait, and you could just be whatever. Like, you didn't have to.
For those that don't know, there's a drag element.
Yeah, huge. Like,
it's a restaurant with good food and drinks.
Drinks, and then they have drag shows, drag bingo, all this, all those things.
And now, is there some kind of sort of show situation happening every night of the week, or is it just a few nights?
I couldn't even tell you.
Right.
I think it's every night, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I know they used to do trivia, then Wednesdays and Thursdays were bingo, then Friday they would have maybe something, or karaoke.
Okay.
We did karaoke.
Okay.
Saturdays we did karaoke, and then Fridays we had bear bust, first Fridays, and then first Saturdays we would have bear bust.
What's that?
In the gay community, all the hairy gays.
Oh, gotcha.
Come out and just tear it up, tiger.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it was the best time of your life
my God,
in the beginning, and then it not.
No. It always has been. Like,
Okay.
I still have a great relationship. Because it was just funny because I really like working in the business. Period. Sure. Whatever I do it, and I want it to be done at its best. And so the manager felt that, and he was like, "You're gonna become it." They brought me in the office, and he's like, "This is the keys." And I was like, "I'm not becoming a manager. Like, that's not what I want to do. I do not want to be a manager. I'm not running your establishment. Nope, not gonna happen." I didn't want to do it.
Right.
I just wanted to wait tables and bartend.
Sure.
But, so I ended up becoming a manager anyway.
Oh.
Gross. And I managed for them probably about 4 or 5 years.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
in
It was.
restaurant management,
Oh
that
my
is a
God.
long chunk.
It was, and it was fun too, though.
Sure.
But
Now, are
so
they-
they were the Marys that was there at Up Down. Remember
Okay,
when it
yeah,
was that
yeah.
Up Down? Then it moved from Up Down to where the Uptown Theater is on Broadway.
Okay.
So it has Uptown, a space, a hall, and then Mary's.
Okay. Are they dinner service only, or are they open for lunch too?
Yeah, no, they only do dinner.
Okay.
So they used to do it before, but yeah,
All right.
just dinner. Maybe on the weekend. I don't know what time they open on the weekend.
Right.
I'm bad with that.
Right. Okay. Well, that's about all I've got for you. Any other albums besides All Eyez on Me and Like a Virgin, or artists that you want to give shouts out to? Who was the one that you told me about just a minute ago that you were listening to on the way here?
Grupo Firme.
Grupo
probably.
Firme.
Mhm.
Any other artists or records?
Miley. Go by Miley,
Miley.
when she comes out.
When's
please.
she supposed to drop?
I don't know. I'm bad with all
Yeah, yeah.
Remember?
Right.
It's probably already out now. And I'm like the last one.
Are you a Taylor person too?
No.
No, never
Ew.
have been.
No.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I have been. I'm not gonna,
What about current hip hop people? Drake or Kendrick or
Drake is my baby daddy.
Okay. So you love Drake?
Oh my god, yeah. But again, I don't. 21, I think, is his new album, maybe, or some shit like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm bad.
Kanye? You into that guy? Ish. Okay.
Maybe, kind of.
Who else?
I know him, but
I'm drawing a blank on. There's a Jack something or other.
Jack.
He just goes by like first and last name, and then is Chance the Rapper still a thing? Is he still on?
Miley drops her album March 10th.
March 10th, which is a week to the day after all of the De La Soul discography and catalog will finally become available streaming.
Shut up.
Yeah.
From back in the day?
Yeah, all the stuff. None of it's been available for years because they've been at odds with Tommy Boy.
Oh, wow.
Records. I think it's Tommy Boy. But now it's supposedly resolved, so March 3rd, you can get all your De La stuff streaming, and then the following week on the 10th, you can get your new Miley record.
And then Jack Harlow is who you were
That's yes, thank you.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Well, cool. I really appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.
And hopefully, you mentioned things kind of picking up with the weather, maybe
Oh,
getting
yeah,
a little nicer. I don't know how long it's supposed to stay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be cold again.
Cold front's coming
Right.
soon, yeah.
But nevertheless, I need to get down there again and have a
Yeah.
couple cold ones and see what's happening with your crew.
Come down there and get you some more recruits for the show.
I'll do it. Thank
Yep.
you, Gay Joey.
You're welcome.
Talk to you.
Bye.